For me, two of the mistakes are really easy to correct. And the first one is this, the owner's manual. I play a little game. I get in the car with my friends and I crack open the glove box and find this thing, and more often than not, it's still wrapped up in the plastic it came from the dealership in. Shame on them. This is a very valuable piece of information. The manufacturers put a lot of time and money into building this book for you. It's called the Owner's Manual for a reason. And within this book, you're going to find not only ways to run the car and make sure you're using the equipment that it comes with properly, but also key points like what kind of oil should I put when I do an oil change? What kind of air pressure should I have in the tires? And more importantly, people are always asking me, hey, if I want to save a little bit of money, can I use regular unleaded instead of premium unleaded in my car? Well, this is going to be your source for your answer. When you think about fuel efficiency, you have to think about the contact patch with the road, your tires. That is really the easiest thing that you can change to give you that bump when it comes to visiting the fuel station less often. And just, again, go into your owner's manual, get the right pressure, check the tires when they are cold. A lot of people drive for 100 miles and then check it. They've expanded with the heat. You're not going to get a good reading. Get it to the right pressure. If the car is rolling down the road as smooth as possible, it's going to be using less energy, less fuel to get down the road. Also, from a safety perspective, if the tires are correctly inflated, you might be able to avoid an accident rather than plowing into it. And also, if you're driving a performance car like this Buick, it's more fun. Those on-ramps and off-ramps, the car is really using the engineering that's in place if you've got the right tire pressure in there. You definitely shouldn't panic when you see the check engine light, but then you also shouldn't put a piece of tape over it so it doesn't bother you when you're driving at nighttime. It's something that's worth looking into. It might be something as simple as you didn't put the gas cap on tightly enough when you last filled up the tank. Or it could be something much more serious. The point is, get it in for service, have it looked at by a professional, because that light could be telling you something that might be worth thousands of dollars down the road, or even worse, leave you stranded on the side of the highway.
Well, neglecting changing your engine oil is probably the single most cited problem that you'll find mechanics talk about, at least anyway. People tend to just kind of forget about it if it's not an issue. So the thing that's probably most important to do is change your oil, but don't change it too often. So you know, if you look under the hood of the car, your dipstick will be prominently displayed, usually in a color there. You take it out, give it a wipe, and then get it back in there, and then take it out again, and you'll get a correct read on your engine oil, so you can find out if you've got the proper amount of engine oil. As far as changing the oil, you know, there's a couple of rules of thumb here. First and foremost, if your car, like this Buick, has an adaptive oil change oil life monitor on it, so it'll tell you exactly when to change the oil. You don't have to think about anything. It'll tell you when it's time to change your oil based on how you're driving and how you've been driving. If you don't have that kind of a system, then you just consult your owner's manual is really the simplest thing to do. Find out what the correct oil change interval is and follow it. Well, one of my big pet peeves is being able to see out the windshield. We talk so much about safety and everything around safety and what you should do to be safe in your car, and yet people don't really pay that much attention to their windshield wipers. And so there is a great new age of a dawning here of windshield wipers that don't have any frames. They're very flexible. They stay really well on the glass. They're heavy duty, particularly great in foul weather, whether it's snow or heavy rain. And you know, get these changed, get them changed frequently. It doesn't cost that much. People usually are looking to save a few bucks, you know, all the time, but particularly when it comes to these things, when you go get new wiper blades, you really should be asking, how much can I spend on these rather than how little can I spend on these. The great thing is even if you buy these at the auto parts store or if you get them at the dealership, you buy them, they'll put them on for you.